What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our Pokemon TCG Pocket, and in today's episode, guys, we are looking at Lucario and Rampardos. I will fully admit Lucario is my favorite Pokemon. You can see the statue in the back. It is my favorite Pokemon, and so I just really enjoy using this deck. I actually think that this has the... It's actually funny, right? Fighting types have all of the utility Pokemon, and Lucario makes a really strong secondary attacker. But I think that fighting types still are missing a good 8 is kind of how I am kind of viewing this. Hitmonlee attacks the bench. In the current meta, it is very difficult to play and not prepare for Druddigon, right? We're still seeing a lot of people playing Druddigon. We're now actually seeing Giratina as well. There's a few Pokemon that are actually showing up as early game walls that you need to kind of get around. So Hitmonlee is kind of your tech card for that. Marshadow is a very good utility Pokemon that really makes people have to think about knocking out a Pokemon. And so I think Marshadow is another very strong utility Pokemon. Lucario and Riolu, while not the strongest, like in terms of their attack, if you get two of them on the field at the same time, you are adding 40 damage to all of your fighting types, and that turns its 40 attack into 80, which is pretty strong. And you can kind of take advantage of the fact that Marshadow now does 140. You know what I mean? That, you know, and then, you know, it can do 80 itself, and then depending on who your ace Pokemon is, can do a lot more damage. Now, we're using Rampardos today. Rampardos is just a 1 energy commitment for 130 damage the whole way through its line, which is really cool. Cranidos does 1 energy for 50, which again gets boosted to 70 or even 90 with 2 Lucarios. The problem is that you need to have both Lucarios on the field, and it kind of makes Hitmonlee and Marshadow sometimes feel like they're not needed in the deck. The other solution is that you don't play Rampardos and you play something like Aerodactyl. It gets online a little faster. You probably get to play X speeds in this deck that way, but you miss out on quite a bit of knockout potential. The other option is to run like Primeape or something like that. And also Gallade is kind of the other kind of like 4th option of this deck. Right now it's kind of undecided as to which is the best one. I think Rampardos is the best natural sweeper of the 4 of those options, but Aerodactyl gets online the fastest and has the best damage output behind that. I'm hesitant to say Primeape, but it might be Primeape than Gallade, but Gallade has high damage potential too. It's awkward, right? Because you want to have, if you're gonna have a 2-stage evolution, you want it to be something you can search. But Gallade is very hit or miss and dependent on your opponent, and a 2-stage. In a deck with 2 basics and a 1-stage, you actually want another 1-stage. And so Aerodactyl is actually ideal. Primeape is ideal, but you just don't have the damage there to really make it fully worth it, and Aerodactyl you can't search. So it's only a half product at the moment. So I think fighting types are going to get a lot better in the future. We just need to get a fighting type that's going to actually pull up and be really strong. So, but yeah, that is sort of kind of my idea of this deck. Pokeball, communication, you know, all of this is pretty standard. We're playing 1 Sabrina and 1 Cyrus. I would love to add X speed into this. I just don't think it fits. Ideally, you know, I thought about dropping 1 Rampardos. I thought about dropping 1 communication, but you kind of need the communication, and so it's hard to find things space for this. You could knock out Hitmonlee if you wanted to, or maybe knock out Marshadow and Hitmonlee, but I think then you'd want to run Leaf instead. So but then you don't have any backup choices, so it's a little complicated. But because you're not going to get 2 Rampardos and 2 Lucarios out on the field very easily, which is why the other 2 here are existing. You can't search it. So anyways, that is my kind of thoughts on this deck. Let's get into some games and let's see what we can do. So, with the emergence of Darkrai, there's a lot less psychic decks out there. which actually gives the fighting type chance a little bit more of a chance than it did in the past. The fighting toolbox was actually still viable in Mythical Island once Gyarados became super popular, right? But it was popular because Hitmonlee could one-shot the Magikarp. Now it's not so clear. We have Marshadow and Riolu as a lead. So I'm gonna lead this. We're going first. And it's actually a Charmander in front with a Moltres in the back. I'm a little surprised that my opponent is that willing to do that, but we're gonna play the second Riolu here. And I don't really need to show Marshadow yet. I can just show two Riolus. I can play the second Lucario on the bench and still pump up the Riolu to do 40. And I think that's what I'm going to do. My opponent should have led Moltres. I don't know why they didn't. They're playing Cape. Okay, Pokeball here. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why they started Moltres. Well, they had Moltres in hand, so I just don't get it. Like, you could have had first energy right now and played Moltres and had this energy going onto this. And I'm gonna be straight up. Charizard destroys this deck. Like, you can't stop Charizard. So, okay, second Charmander. To play a Charmander to not attack. What? What? Okay, so my opponent either doesn't know what they're doing, which is, I guess, a possibility. We're actually gonna get the Hitmonlee here now, which I haven't got a single fossil, so it's kind of hard to even justify that we can do a whole lot here. I really want to communication, and I think I'm going to. I would love the second Lucario, but I also would really like Graniados, and I get Rampardos out of it instead. So we're gonna jab for 40. This is gonna two-shot. And I think Charmeleon needs 3 energy, right? So I don't know. Don't know. If they switch, I can Cyrus, so it's not totally over. Actually, what I should have done is I should actually be playing Hitmonlee, because I could have switched, well, I could switch it in if Riolu gets weak, and then I could have punished the other Charmander. Okay, playing a second Moltres to put it on the bench, so now you're gonna do this? Nah, bruh. And you're gonna Potion. Okay. And now you Inferno. I guess you Inferno the full health Charmander. And now all of a sudden I want Hitmonlee. So maybe I should have not. But it's okay. 2 Lucarios will make this do 80, and I'll actually be able to really punish this Moltres. And they're trying to decide what one to put energy on, or they just have a slow connection. But if they don't do nothing, they don't do nothing. So the 1 energy randomly goes to Moltres, and I think, honestly, that is tough for my opponent here. Oh, I don't have the other... I kept looking at this and going, that's Lucario, but it's definitely not. Okay, we're gonna actually set up Marshadow then. We're gonna set up Marshadow. And I am just going to... I could hit for 40, or I could try to... we're gonna pull this. We're gonna pull this. And we're gonna jab again. make you waste an energy. Even if you get 3, like, it is what it is, but... The other thing is, too, that, like, once your opponent has 1 energy on Moltres, the problem now is that Dawn exists, and so they can Dawn and do 70 on, like, turn 2, you know what I mean? So, it's sort of kind of me trying to protect Riolu a little bit, because at least now you don't have the energy. I mean, you do, because you have Moltres, but with 1, but I'm at least slowing down this Charizard from happening, but my opponent's also going to just only get 1. They're putting it onto this Moltres. I finally get the Skull Fossil, but I don't get anything else. So I guess I'm setting up this Lucario. And I guess I'm playing the Skull Fossil in hopes of someday actually getting a card that I could use. Okay, we jab here and do 40. That does put you in Marshadow range. Well, 120 actually puts you in Marshadow range, but you're in Marshadow range. So now I at least prevent my opponent from just freely... Okay, they're not even going for it. They're not even going for it. Okay. So... I'm also getting a little lucky with this. Okay, draw 2 cards is like mandatory here. Okay, get Cranidos, get Hitmonlee back. Okay. So we'll do this. We'll get this energy onto this. Riolu, punish this. Okay. And the nice part is Rampardos actually just blows up the other Moltres if it does switch in. It plays Leaf. Yeah. So we're gonna do this trade here of Moltres knocks out Riolu, Rampardos knocks out Moltres, the other one comes in. This is the only thing with energy onto it. And then I can revenge it at the end. Yep. Second Skull Fossil. I'm just gonna set this up. I'm also gonna set up Hitmonlee because Hitmonlee can snipe the Charmander. I'm gonna play this. And Head Smash for 150. Perfect. So this should be checkmate. This should be checkmate. Because my opponent can't give up anything, and Rampardos does KO everything. And doesn't get knocked out by anything at the moment either. And I don't have damage on anything else, so they would have to... They would have to go for... Okay. 80. I'm still willing to do this trade. Yeah, my opponent concedes. There we go. So, GG's to my opponent. Bit of a weird start. I don't know if they knew how to play the deck, honestly, but... I mean, I'll take the W. I mean, it ended up still being close because Charizard's scary. But they didn't even get it. They didn't even get... they got 1 Charmeleon, so... I think it was a combination of they didn't get the cards, but... yeah. So... Next game here. Okay. This person should be fairly good, though, 43. And we're going second, so that's actually decent. We're playing a Psychic type player, though. So we have... Are you going to be playing a second card? You are not. Okay. So we're gonna do that at least to start. And it's Mewtwo. Okay. So... Mewtwo deck start. How do I get around this? I need Rampardos. Yeah, I need Rampardos. The 20 damage on this Mewtwo actually does impact things. Getting Riolu here also lets me have something on the bench. I'm gonna jab with this one. Jab with this one. That puts you in Rampardos range. Without Lucario. Okay. We're gonna get this ready too. And we're gonna jab again. Okay. So that works for me. Mythical Slab. Okay, they finally get a route. Part of me here actually does want to put Hitmonlee in and then punish this Mewtwo. And I actually think that's the play here, actually. So retreat this out to do this. And then stretch kick this Mewtwo. And everything becomes in range of a Marshadow. I can also kind of punish Curly if I want to as well, but I do think that just knocking out Mewtwo is the easiest path forward. But I'm going to actually want them to switch in to this other Mewtwo here. Although they're not going to be able to KO it in one turn, they'll be able to kind of be aggressive about it. If I get a second Lucario, I'll have to see what I can do. Either way, I'm putting energy onto a Lucario this turn. Because there is no spot to knock out Hitmonlee in this play here. Okay. I can Sabrina. If I Sabrina, I at least kind of force the issue. But I'm actually good punishing... Okay, communication. I'm gonna communication one of the Craniodoses. If I get Rampardos, fantastic. If I get the second Lucario, even better. Okay, so second Lucario, second attack boost. I'm gonna stretch kick this. And that at least, at the very least, I can Cyrus whatever I want. Okay. Okay, you're gonna Sabrina here. It does matter. It does matter. It's gotta be this Lucario. Yeah, you're gonna X speed out. You can do your 2. You're gonna do 150 here. And then I can revenge you. Yeah. Okay, so I can revenge you. Okay. 170 is fine. I knocked this out. This comes in. The only thing is that I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow when it comes to the energy. But I'm gonna revenge the one that has energy onto it. I get 2 points for that. Yep. The nice part is I don't have any EXs, right? So, like, I can sort of kind of... Okay, Giovanni is going to let him do 60, 80, so this will knock out. Yeah. This will knock out. The sucky part is I have no energy on this at all. And there's really no perfect way to... Yeah, there's no perfect way here. I'm going to Sabrina. If my opponent wants to switch out the Gardevoir, at the very least, I do, like, kind of scare it, but... Yeah, there's nothing to search for here. So my opponent has to either use both energies to switch out, or leaf, I guess. And yeah, that just means game, unfortunately. There was no way to really stop that, so we did lose to a Mewtwo deck, which is unfortunate. We did get pretty close. One energy off from actually being able to, like, threaten it a little bit. But yeah. If I would have ever got a fossil with the 6 cards left in the deck, we would have been in a much better shape, but is what it is. Is what it is, not too worried about it. 1 W, 1 loss. It's fine. Okay. So, third and probably final game here today. Level 8. This person might not have all the cards at level 8. This might be a steamroll. This might be they just started with Mewtwo packs and they're totally fine and I'm just totally screwed, but... Okay, you're playing grass. Okay. Riolu. I'm actually going second here, which is actually kind of good. Wait, grass? Okay, yeah, we're rolling through. Okay. It is good to know where we are at with this. You never know. They could be grass. It could be grass. Okay. So we just do this. I don't really fully think it's necessary to put this down, but we're going to. We're also going to put the fossil down. And I'm just going to jab. This jab puts you in range of Lucario next turn. Unless you evolve. Although they also haven't played an energy. So they're going to play the energy onto this... Oh, they have Bulbasaur. I appreciate your choices. I do. Oh, there's Sandslide. Okay. Okay. Energy up. I don't need Hitmonlee. We're just gonna put Lucario in. Submarine Blow. Okay. My opponent gets fighting energy this time, so they could switch into... I mean, they could put Bulbasaur out. I'll save the Bulbasaur if I can. I won't knock that out. You want to send that in? I will Sabrina you out. Promise you. Okay, second Lucario. As much as I would love to have that online... Oh, you're gonna make me do it, huh? That sucks. Alright. If you send in Bulbasaur, I will switch you up to Cubone. I will not do it. But they're guaranteed. Yeah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna play a third one and get the... Yeah. They're playing Jigglypuff too. Look at this. Okay. We have to gust this Bulbasaur away. I don't care if it's optimal or not. We gotta do it. Okay, so 60 here. I guess this... Yeah. Sabrina, push you away. Okay, so if we ever do get the... Okay, fine. I'm gonna play Hitmonlee. I'm gonna play Hitmonlee. It's fine. We're gonna knock this out. We'll let you get a KO on Lucario, as much as I don't appreciate that. But if you have Ivysaur, you do pick up a KO here. And they probably do. They most likely do. Although, is it too dark energy as well? What? Never mind. Does anything matter here at all? I'd probably just switch Lucario out. Into Hitmonlee, hit this Marowak. Oh, never mind, the Marowak comes in. Okay. Here's Craniados. Okay. But now it doesn't really even matter. It doesn't matter at all, actually. I'm gonna just do this. Switch out. Play Hitmonlee. Stretch kick. Sorry, buddy. And we'll let the Hitmonlee go down, which will let the Rampardos come in next turn. And that will be GG's. Okay, so Dark, Fighting, and Grass energy. What the person playing? What's the Dark Pokemon they have in their deck then? Oh, they didn't attack. No! Don't make me do it! They're gonna make me do it. They're gonna make me do it. Fine. Bring the boy here. Do this. And GG's. Tried so hard not to hurt the little guy, and didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. Anyways, GG's to my opponent. You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there. But yeah, that's kind of how to play Lucario. As you can see, we had a tough matchup against the Mewtwo, but we played pretty well otherwise. So, obviously, the last game I was kind of a little bit unoptimal, but yeah, with that, if there's any other decks that you guys want to see, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. Let me know what type of Lucario deck you are running, or if you were going to be running one, which one would you be running? Obviously, I gave 4 different examples of this, but yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys the next one.